True Blood and Philosophy. We Want to Think Bad Things with You. Edited by George A. Dunn and Rebecca Housel. Narrated by Arielle Delisle. Introduction. If a tree falls in the woods, it's still a tree, ain't it? When Amy Burley gives Jason Stackhouse a quick tutorial on the circle of life, squirrels eating nuts, snakes eating squirrels, and so on, using the decor of Merlotte's as a visual aid, he exclaims, "Jesus Christ, I want to lick your mind." Our boy Jason may be better known in Bon Temps for his good looks and sex abilities, but it's phrases like "lick your mind" that draw fans to True Blood's most earnest, if sometimes tragically misguided, seeker of life's meaning and purpose, or at least his life's meaning and purpose. In fact, "Lick Your Mind" perfectly captures the blend of smarts and sensuality in the brilliant sexually charged HBO series that inspired us to produce True Blood and Philosophy. It all started with Charlaine Harris's Dead Until Dark, published in 2001, which launched her series of critically acclaimed, best-selling supernatural mystery novels and introduced the world to a most unlikely sleuth, an attractive Louisiana barmaid and mind reader named Sookie Stackhouse. Harris's work caught the attention of Alan Ball, the award-winning screenwriter and director, who built his reputation on dark and daring works like American Beauty and 6 Feet Under. With a healthy dose of edgy humor and deep compassion for his characters' frailties and foibles, Ball made a career of boldly delving into taboo subjects like death and transgressive sexuality, creating works that were brazen both in their unabashed carnality and in raising tough questions about the human condition. True Blood, Ball's adaptation of Harris's Southern vampire mystery novels, takes the same mind-licking approach as those earlier works. In the world of True Blood, as in the pages of Harris's novels, we encounter a wonderful array of richly drawn characters struggling to make sense of their bewildering world and their own sometimes equally bewildering desires and hungers. For those of us who hunger for insight and understanding, their stories offer a lavish banquet of philosophical morsels into which we can sink our proverbial fangs and from which we can draw both sustenance and delight. As it turns out, philosophy has a lot in common with True Blood. Like the vampires, shapeshifters, and other supernatural beings that pass through Bon Temps, philosophers are often regarded as deviant characters due to their habit of overturning expectations and tempting us to think outside conventional boundaries. Like True Blood's mind-reading detective Sookie Stackhouse, philosophers are unafraid to venture into dark corners of the human mind, where they sometimes unearth uncomfortable truths that others prefer to leave buried. And like the indomitable Jason Stackhouse, many philosophers engage in a quest for the meaning of life that often seems quixotic, an interminable pursuit that's been known to lead us down more than a few blind alleys, as Jason himself can testify. But like True Blood and Harris's novels, the philosophical quest can also be one of life's most delectable pleasures. When you surrender to the lure of True Blood and Philosophy, it won't cost you a drop of blood, but your perception of reality may be expanded and enriched so dramatically that you'll wonder whether you somehow ingested V-juice. Okay, maybe that's too much to expect. But we are confident that your enjoyment of True Blood will be considerably enhanced by the time you spend with us, pondering some of the more perplexing philosophical quandaries raised by the supernatural adventures of Sookie and her paranormal pals. For example, pro-living crusaders like the Reverend Steve Newland denounce vampires as unnatural. But what does that really mean? If it's just another way of saying that vampires are evil, then why does evil exist in the first place? And can vampires, or any other creatures for that matter, be considered inherently evil? Beyond these classic questions about the nature of evil, True Blood offers a fresh spin on the vampire genre that opens a rich vein of new philosophical queries. In the world envisioned by Ball and Harris, those conundrums on legs we call vampires have come out of the coffin and are attempting to live openly alongside human beings. Given the imbalance of power between human beings and vampires, who, in addition to superhuman strength and speed, also have a troubling knack for glamoring humans out of
Sample complete. Ready to continue?